Welcome back to Best FPL Captain. Last game week, we gave the armband to Erling Haaland. He returned his 100th Premier League goal involvement, the fastest to ever hit that milestone. Should we back him again in 30, or is it time to twist back to Mo Salah? Let's find out. Just the one correct ranking last week in the form of Christopher Wood. He was the most captained player in Gameweek 29, so even though Bruno outscored Haaland, I'm still pretty happy with how things went. My shortlist for 30 includes Haaland against Leicester, Isak against Brentford, Salah against Everton, and Cole Palmer's back in training after picking up an injury. He's facing Tottenham now. I have added a brand new scoring system which will help us make decisions. As we go through each section, the 4 players will be given points based off how good their profile is. 4 points goes to the best option, 3 points to the second best option, 2 points to the third best, and just 1 point to the player with the worst profile. Whoever has the most points at the end of the video will be best captain. Let's begin. Haaland's reputation as a flat track bully is accurate. He's yet to blank in FPL against promoted teams at home, producing double digits in 3 out of 5 starts. Isak hasn't faced Brentford at home, but he's started 3 games away at the G-Tech, returning in all 3. That away record does suggest Isak enjoys this fixture. Palmer faced Tottenham at home last season, returning 1 assist for 6 points, and finally Salah at home to Everton. His last 2 Merseyside derbies at Anfield were double-digit returns. However, it's Haaland who's taken all 4 points. Salah gets 3, Palmer 2, and with no starts in this exact fixture, Isak gets just 1. 18 FPL players have hit double digits against Leicester at home. No fixture has been more fruitful for explosive returns, which is why Haaland is getting another +4. Tottenham at home is usually a great fixture in FPL, but only 4 players have managed double digits this season. Still, Spurs average over 1 defensive error per game, which none of the other teams do, and their underlyings are considerably weaker than Everton's and Brentford's, so I'm giving Palmer the +3. Mykolenko picked up a muscle injury during the break. I doubt he'll be fit for that Liverpool game, which means Salah's going to be matching up against Jake O'Brien out of position, or perhaps 39-year-old Ashley Young will start instead. Either way, Mykolenko's injury is a good thing for Salah, and in their last 4 away games, Brentford have conceded just 2 goals, and that's why Mo's getting the +2 and Isak just 1. Surprisingly, Isak's the best midweek performer. Just look at those last 5 starts. No blanks, 2 double-digit hauls, and a very, very complete profile all round. Both Haaland and Salah have strong profiles this week, but Mo's delivered 2 double-digit hauls in his last 5 compared to Haaland's 1. Mo's also started way more games than any of the other 3, which is why I'm not that concerned with his blank rate. His double-digit haul rate is also sitting close to the 40s, and that's indicative of real explosive potential. Salah snatches +3, Haaland's getting +2, and Palmer's getting just the 1 point. He's only started 5 midweek matches at home, which is why his profile didn't qualify for full analysis. Late night kickoffs haven't been very fruitful for Isak. His blank rate's almost at 60%, which is very concerning. His GA per start average has dropped to under 1, and his average points is the worst. He's getting +1. Palmer's double-digit haul rate and average points impress, but his last 5 home starts in the evening have been really dry. He's blanked 3 out of those 5, and in that patch, he's failed to deliver more than 1 GA in any game. For those reasons, he's getting the +2, and the +4 goes to Haaland because Salah's blank rate has shot up into the high 30s, whereas Erling's has stayed at sub 20%. Even though Salah wins on form, both have blanked just 1 time in the last 5, so I just don't see too much difference. Palmer's had the most amount of recovery time as he was in Dubai during the international break. He takes the +4 for rest and spacing. Isak's had a few extra hours to recover over Salah, so he gets the +3, Salah gets the +2, and just the 1 point for Erling Haaland, who's away to Bournemouth on Sunday. He's then got Leicester on the Wednesday, just 3 days later. In terms of expected minutes, Salah is definitely getting the +4. His minutes have been so secure in the league this season, and I'm predicting another 90 minutes against Everton. Mo's getting max points over Palmer in the expected minutes section because Salah's minutes are more trustworthy than Palmer's, who can easily get an early sub after being injured for most of the international break. Isak is coming into this game with plenty of rest, so I expect close to 90 minutes, but Eddie Howe does like to shave his minutes by 5 to 10 sometimes, which is why I've got him in and around 85s. And finally, Haaland. He's got the worst projections because of that FA Cup quarter-final. I wouldn't be surprised to see an early sub against Leicester at all, especially with the Manchester derby on the weekend. Last section is scoring based on form, and we all know who's in the worst patch right now. We don't really need to talk about Cole Palmer. Isak, Haaland, and Salah all have returned 4 GA in their last 5 starts across all competitions. However, I'm giving Isak the +4 just based off what we saw in the Swedish games recently, and Salah is getting the 3 points, just pipping Erling Haaland as my best captain for Game Week 30. Palmer and Isak are tied on 16 for the week, but because of Palmer's recent injury woes, I'm giving Isak the top 3 spot with Palmer in at wildcard captain. Now remember guys, these rankings can change if something happens because of, let's say something happens on the weekend. For example, if Haaland doesn't start against Bournemouth, he'll shoot up in the rest and spacing ranking scoring system, and likely he'll finish above Salah, and that would change the ranking. So if anything happens like that, I'll post the updated ones on my social platforms, all social platforms, before the final deadline. You can find all of those links in the video description. If you're new around here, and if you enjoyed this one, then consider sticking around. Hit subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment. I'll speak to you very soon. Peace.